So, Leeny, what do you think? What's the most crucial thing in marketing any crypto project? How to make any crypto project succeed now in 2024? What is the key idea?
I would say the most important thing is community. Community is everything you need when it comes to marketing. So all these community activities that you do, you market it out on your social media platforms. You can also market out campaigns like airdrops. But honestly speaking, airdrops campaign only allow you to attract bounty hunters, like airdrop hunters, which is not really good because you really want to give some incentive to existing, but also new holders that are coming into your project. So one of the things that I have been working on is to actually go in, maintain the community, such as we don't lose followers. We actually want to gain more followers. So for that part, I think it's very important to notice that you have to you actually have to set up a strategy, a go-to-market strategy on how you gain users. Airdrops can be one of the example, but something that actually incentivizes people to stay. And usually people would look for a project that has real use cases. So I would say when you have a project, you need real use cases. You need a product that works. You need some projects, known projects to follow your project. You also need projects that uses your technology that you can promote. So these are the major things that are very important on the marketing scope in Web3.
To make a conclusion, so it looks like you need a real usage of your technology or of your project to be succeed on this field. Can you share a real example, maybe from your practice? How does it work? Maybe with some of the, I don't know, names of the projects. Maybe some situation, maybe because it will be easy to understand the things if you are not in crypto field with a real example.
Usually, most projects, they're trying to find a solution on a problem, right? So we have found 3 major directions that we're trying to, but we have more than 20, 30 use cases around this. And one of the example I can talk about when it comes to marketing is that we have been working with some government entities, for example, in Denmark, so Danish statistics and the healthcare. So it's 2 separate entities. They don't want to talk to each other because of data, violation of privacy and data. So what they're going to do is that by using NPC technology, you can actually go in, take the data from the healthcare system in Denmark, and take the data from the Danish statistics as in where they're from, how old they are, is it male or female, but not by name. So when you combine, as I explained earlier, when you combine you pull all the data together, you can have an output, and the output will be the average output. So if you're working from Denmark statistics, you will know that in Denmark, maybe, let's say, 1 out of 10 women suffer from lack of vitamin D, for example, right? So we can see, okay, it's in around this region in Denmark. It's around 15 to 45 years old women that lack of vitamin D. So you combine all the data set, but you don't say who it is specifically. So it's just an overall general overview. So by having these use cases, you need to market it. And when you market it in a marketing perspective, what we usually do is we don't market we market the product itself, but we also market the technology. But you cannot combine both things at the same time. You need to market it separately because many people who doesn't understand tech, for example, the people in Web2 space, they have no chance to follow up on what is NPC technology, how does it work. You need to market and explain it to a 5-year-old to be able to understand how this works, right? Because if a 5-year-old does not understand it, I'm pretty sure 90% that Web2 people would not understand too if they're not in the field, if they're not technical people. And when it comes to marketing, so majority of the projects, they send out airdrops. I would say it's not really the right thing to do because you do not target the right audience. And by not targeting the right audience, you will have a various amount of people that They might be an NFT people, or it could be, I don't know, metaverse people that doesn't really focus on, for example, NPC technology. So when you market, you will likely ways to do it is likely one thing is maybe find some KOLs to help you to push the campaign to reach a broader audience. But you cannot just find one or two KOLs that may not be in that field. If it's like a generalized KOL, I do not think it's the right way to market your product or your project. You need to find someone that may be in your scope of work, like your, what do you call it? Not just the industry, but also the direction. So it could be NFT, it could be infrastructure KOLs, it could be DeFi KOLs, things like that. So that's one way to market it. The second way you can market it is through AMAs. Go up on some panels, set up AMAs, talking about, for example, the DeFi space. The third part you can do, which I think a majority of people are doing because they want to play a little safe, is to ask PR agencies and marketing agencies to help you to push your promotions or to push your marketing product. Usually, people will do that if they are trying to target, for example, countries that they are not licensed in. For example, crypto exchanges, they probably want to maybe promote in Malaysia or in Indonesia, but they don't have the license. So that's why they have to go through a third party. Whereas with free projects,
what do you mean they need to go through the third party? So they can promote their services directly, or they can...
They cannot, because they don't have the license. They're not registered in that country. So crypto exchanges, usually you need a license to be able to promote.
Okay, and how in this way marketing agencies can help if you cannot promote it directly?
You will usually find a third party that have the license in that specific country that you are looking to, and they push the campaign for you. That's usually the case.
Can you share the exact example? Like, let's say any exchange X, it doesn't matter. So they don't have a license in, I don't know, in Malaysia, but they want to target Malaysia. So what do they do?
So let's say X project wants to enter the Malaysian market because they love tropical fruits, for example, right? And their audience like to trade tropical fruits form of NFTs, but they are trying to target the people in Malaysia. But the problem is, if the Malaysian government can see that a non-registered project, which is not Malaysian, but targeting the Malaysian population, usually the Malaysian government or the Malaysian, I don't know, cybersecurity people, they would go and actually look for this project and see, hey, you are operating on my ground without authority. And that could be a problem. You will maybe get a fine, or you're not allowed to practice any crypto in Malaysia. So what usually people do is they look for Malaysian entities that are established in Malaysia to help them to push promote it from there. Because when you work with an agency in Malaysia, they have maybe a Malaysian audience. They have the right audience to help you to push these campaigns.
But what do these agencies exactly promote? They promote the same exchange, or they promote some of the products? Because it looks like the issue that in some way the exchange cannot promote directly their services in the region. But agencies can do. I want to understand the way that these marketing agencies works. They promote via QLs or via any other source of traffic. How does it usually works?
So usually from an agency perspective, they work with other people. So they will work with other localized KOLs that maybe talks about crypto or Web3 or lifestyle. They will have other categories to do that. And then they will reach out. So the agency will reach out to the KOL and say, hey, I have a client here, or I have a crypto exchange here that want your help to promote. They settle a price, and usually agency will take a markup of, I don't know, 10, 20%. Usually it's like that to help the project to enter Malaysia. Usually it's like that.
That's because these marketing agencies, they have more closely connect with KOLs, or because of the legal issue? Because it looks like it's a mix of the problems.
Yes, it's a mix of a problem. One thing is legal issues. Second thing is they have connections there to do the push for you. But then, of course, it will cost a little more, of course. So yeah, usually for exchanges, it's like that. It's like you cannot just promote it, because then you will be in trouble.
So the exchanges cannot promote their services directly via traditional marketing instruments like Facebook or Google, because they will be in trouble. In that way, they need local marketing agencies that work with KOLs, or they have some other source of traffic that helps them to open this country, because this is a recommendation from the persons. This is not a legal issue for the guys.
Correct.